Hey guys, what's going on? Gandhi here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the perfect cooldown rotation for Arms Warrior in TBC Classic Anniversary. Now before we get started with this video, I would greatly appreciate if you guys go down, hit the subscribe button. We're shooting for 1,000 subscribers. Also linked on the screen is my Twitch. Please go drop a follow. I stream every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. As for our main purse raid, let's go right in. On this kill, we got Lust on the start. It's what a lot of guilds will be doing, a vast majority at least. Kind of just standard rotation right here, filling with Mortal Strike. There's Lust there. I Deathwish pretty early, and so I can get the slam, filling Mortal Strike. We haven't popped Reck yet, however, we're trying to get all of our fillers on cooldown, right? So let's back this up here. We can slow this down as well. So we have Lust at 30 seconds, Deathwish at 25. I popped it a little bit early, right? So this is not perfect, quote unquote, but it's close to. Getting the slam, filling with Whirlwind, getting everything on cooldown is our ideal, right? Sword proc's going to mess up our swing timer here. I see that, I adjust, I get the slam after this one, I Mortal Strike. Now we see our Deathwish at 18, 19 seconds. Around 20 seconds, your mind should shift to, okay, let's get Reck popped. So all you're going to do is replace one of your fillers, which this is the goal, right? So you see Whirlwind's at 5 seconds, Mortal Strike is at 6. So all of your abilities are on cooldown. Now you get a free filler of Reck. This is perfect. We have Lust up, Deathwish, Badge, etc., whatever trinkets you may have. Keep in mind, I'm also running Brooch, which I have not popped yet. I have that bound to my Recklessness cooldown, and I have not popped my Haste Pot yet. Very important to note. So now after I get this slam here, I'm going to Reck. So there's the Reck there into an automatic slam. And now we're going to Haste Pot and then Mortal Strike Whirlwind Batch after this slam. Mortal Strike, Whirlwind. We're going to let this auto go through. Now we have a guaranteed slam here. Everything's still on cooldown. It's very good. We go for a Mortal Strike there, keeping all abilities on cooldown and maximizing our slams. Gonna get another auto with a guaranteed slam here. Heroic Strike queuing a slam. Now it's the batch again, right? So Mortal Strike and Whirlwind queued together. Lust falls, and you see there I'm pulling 3k. So let's rewind this. I made a couple mistakes in here. I'll point these out. But that's pretty close to a perfect opener rotation as far as Arms Warrior goes. And so there's Heroism again, filling with Mortal Strike. Good slam there. So the reason I Deathwish there was because these were both on cooldown and I didn't have a filler. What I should have done is let this auto go through, slammed, Whirlwind slammed, and then Deathwished as the filler is what I should have done. A small mistake, but we're talking about 3 seconds, right? So it's not a big deal. Just a small mistake, because I think I do get a slam, but it's super bad delayed. It's 0.25 delay. So it's not a bad play, but it wasn't perfect. Let's resume this here. I Mortal Strike here, which is really late. I still get the slam, however. Whirlwind good. Sword proc messes up my swing timer, so I queue a Heroic Strike. I wait for the guaranteed slam, and again, look at our timing, right? We're at 20 seconds. Now we're like, okay, when can I slot Reck into this? So I want to get this Mortal Strike on cooldown first, so I slam, Mortal Strike, Sword proc into a Reck. And this is what we're talking about in my last video, right? So we have Badge, Deathwish, Lust, Reck, Brooch, everything popped. This is the dream. Both things are on cooldown, so we're guaranteeing a slam here into an instant, should be instant Mortal Strike or Whirlwind. Haste Pot. I go for a second slam, actually. Mortal Strike, Whirlwind. And I want to note as well, you should be Haste Potting at the end of your swing timer or after a slam. If you Haste Pot in this middle area, you basically are just sacrificing a slam, and it can be almost a DPS loss, actually. So when you haste pot, you want to have it in either this last section or directly after a slam. That's a small mistake I made in this kill as well. So it caused me to miss one slam there, but now I'm guaranteed two, so I auto slam, auto slam. Actually, I Mortal Strike there. So that's a second mistake in this kill, actually. So I missed two slams. During recklessness, I missed two slams, which is never good. So you're basically missing out on like 12k damage, which would have caused me to be at like 3.4k on the meters. But your big prio, number one, if you're new to Arms Warrior, you're still learning the cooldown rotation, is to try and perfectly align and weave in all your cooldowns correctly, right? So that's just Mortal Striking and Whirlwinding as soon as possible in the early front side of your rotation, while still weaving in slams. And then once you pop Recklessness, is Mortal Strike and Whirlwind up. If they are both up, you use them back to back, because then you're guaranteed two auto slam guaranteed, or heroic strike slams for that matter, and you're kind of slowing the game down a little bit. If one of them is up, you can go as far as to not even use the ability until Whirlwind or Mortal Strike is at 2 to 3 seconds, because then you can auto slam into a batch, as in use your Whirlwind and Mortal Strike together, and that is where you will see the big spike of DPS. This is where Arms Warrior is the #1 DPS as far as burst potential in this game. Some may argue Ret Paladin may be better, however, my argument to that is we have Recklessness and they don't. So yeah, super short video today, guys. Quick to the point. I've had a lot of questions about what is the perfect rotation. I get sped up, this and that. The one tip I can give you guys is just try and slow the game down. Keep your abilities on cooldown. Slam when you can. And slow the game down enough to where you can actually fit in more slams by waiting until your Whirlwind and Mortal Strike is up. This is the only time we will actually do that, right? Because we will never have haste from the haste pot and Bloodlust together again during a fight. So after this is over, I'll just go back to my standard rotation, which you'll see here, right? Just filler. It's my last batch here, and now it's standard heroic strike slams with a filler. Both are on cooldown, so I actually do a hamstring here, or I should. I do. And back to the standard rotation that everyone knows. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please drop a comment. Please hit that subscribe button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. All of you guys have been reaching out. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, all of my info is on the screen. Do not be afraid to reach out. I love answering questions. With that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day. And keep pumping some numbers, boys. Gandhi out. Peace.